Erin, I think we are live, my dear.
All right. Good
But the people are
afternoon.
still, yeah, I think people are still joining in. It's still like exactly 3 minutes to go. So I'm excited about this webinar this morning because I know you've been getting a lot of questions, right?
At tons. It's to peel or not to peel. That is the question.
A Shakespearean prose. To be or not to be, but certainly to peel or not to peel, it's been the pros that many people have asked, because it's very confusing out there, I think, for estheticians with all of the media, social media, the blogs, the kind of obsession that has taken place with it since mid-90s. And I am really all about exfoliation and keeping the skin healthy, but at the same time to have a deeper and better understanding of the histology of the skin will make everyone that is practicing actually have better results for their client, and more importantly, deliver healthy, beautiful skin for decades to come. So I think when you brought this to me, let's do this webinar, I was all for it. And I think this is a great, great topic that we will answer many, many questions. And what's nice too is we're going to have a live demo. So Vicky's here and she will do the demonstration. I will narrate the process. And as always, I have Robert, without whom I would not be able to do any of this. So doing all these 15,000 participants that have partake in our webinar since pandemic hit is really a blessing in the sky. And at the same time, it has given us a whole new way of staying close to our clients all over the world and help our friends, our clients to really, truly improve their skills and improve their knowledge, we got lemons, let's make a lemonade. So I think that's important.
And that we did.
Yes, we did. Indeed, we did. So I just got a text message that our good friend and our distributor from Croatia just joined us. Manuela just joined us. So hello, Manuela. And one thing I just want to mention, we all have gone through pretty much an unbelievable amount of stress, but I think Croatia has gotten double whammy. Not only the pandemic, but then the earthquake, and these people are just amazing. Power to Croatia, very strong people, absolutely. So, and Manuela, even during this disaster, not only have moved, opened the new salon, and is increasing her practice even during this pandemic. So you see, we all need to just look in a positive way. Whatever happens, we need to be together, we need to stay strong, and we need to do it the right way. So just briefly about how the webinar will go. I will make the presentation. We will have a demonstration. During the demonstration, I will narrate, and then we will open up to Q&A. Erin will moderate the Q&A. During the presentation, please put in your questions into a chat box. We will answer all of your questions at the end or during, depending on if we have a wait time between mask applications or peels, we will certainly entertain that. And also at the end of the entire webinar, we would love for you to take a survey. It's 6 questions pertaining to the webinar. We want to know if there is a way that you would like us to do it better. Did you like it? Did you find it important? Because I learned from you, and you know, I always like to do it better next time, and we always strive for that excellence. So please take 2 minutes and answer these questions once the webinar is over. And we have great promotions, right, Erin?
Yes, we do. So stay tuned. Those will be revealed at the end of the webinar. We have excellent incentives for you.
Well, I can't wait to hear all about these great incentives. And I will begin the webinar. So stay tuned and enjoy and have fun and love. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. So I don't think many of you still don't know me, but if there is anyone that is just joining us that's new, that have not heard about Repechage, I always like to begin with a webinar, few seconds to just talk about actually Repechage and a little biography about myself. So as you know, I'm the president and founder of Repechage. I am also the president of Sedesco Section USA. I have received many, many awards during my more than 4-decade career in this business. But the one that I'm really very, very proud of is the Polish American Woman of the Year award that I have received last fall, and the Sedesco Medal du Mérite, which I have received in September for my participation in helping to continue to improve and raise the standards for professional skincare industry.
Lydia Sarfati is the founder and CEO of Repechage, the first company to bring seaweed-based skincare treatments and cosmetics to the U.S. Sarfati is an international industry leader with over 4 decades of experience as an esthetician, spa owner, manufacturer, and published author. She has been featured and quoted in Vogue, In Style, and the New York Times, and appeared on the Today Show and Good Morning America. Lydia revolutionized the beauty industry in 1980 with the launch of the Repechage 4-layer facial, named the Facial of the Century by Cosmopolitan UK. Sarfati works with her R&D team to develop the highest quality skincare and cosmetics. The core of Repechage products are based on the most nutrient-rich source of sustainably harvested seaweed. Repechage is a family-owned and run business. Together with David and Shiri, the Sarfatis celebrate 40 years of award-winning professional treatments and products. Lydia has been recognized around the world, including the Chevalerie Knight Award by Intercoiffeur Mondial and the prestigious 2019 Sedesco Medal du Mérite Award, the world's major international beauty therapy association, for her work in bringing this high level of education standards to the United States. Today, Lydia continues to bring her passion, expertise, and excellence to the beauty industry.
So just a little glimpse into who we are. And as you all may know, or maybe some new participants are joining us, Repechage is a global leader in the professional skincare since 1980. We have just celebrated in July our 40th anniversary. We are available in over 40 countries with over 180 products and 320 SKUs. So you can imagine it is an amazing job just to keep everything in stock, manufacturing, and always being ready to ship. We are an international quality standard operation. We are certified by DECRA. And what does it mean for you? It means that we are actually inspected and certified on annual basis. Every area of our facility is inspected, whether it is compounding, R&D, manufacturing, shipping, sales, filling, all of that. Everything is being recertified and certified on annual basis. So you can sleep well knowing that the company that you're working with actually delivers what we promise. The core of our products is seaweed. We currently actually harvest our seaweed also in the United States. When I first started, we harvested seaweed in the Brittany coast of France. But since about 6 years ago, we, in conjunction with Professor Charles Yarish, were able to locate the same seaweed beds right here in the United States. So the main event of all of our products, the main raw material is Laminaria digitata. I call it the jewel of the sea because it is so rich in vitamins, in minerals, in amino acids, in trace elements, in all of the necessary elements that are immediately needed for proper cell nourishment and recovery. In fact, many of you may know, but seaweed is an absolute wonderful plant because it suffers from no deficiencies. In fact, in many countries in Asia, but especially in Japan, an average consumer eats about 50 grams of seaweed a day. Isn't it wonderful? And look at their hair, look at their skin. You don't know whether they're 50 or 80, they're ageless. So seaweed is good for you, not only to eat, but in agriculture, in cosmetics, in pharmaceuticals. It is the absolute perfect raw material for even I have to tell you, they use now seaweed as an animal food for horses and cows, and also always has been used for centuries in agriculture as a biostimulant. So let's talk about what happens to the skin as we age and why should we consider exfoliation or a peeling. Again, I have to really press the issue that we not always need to give the skin aggressive peels. So let's take a look at the structure of the skin. And I'm sure you're all familiar with the epidermis, dermis. Dermis is where it is your true skin, where your collagen, elastin fibers, your sebaceous glands, your sweat glands are located. But the epidermis is where constantly new cells are born and divided, and they go up to the surface. So all cells are called daughter cells. As they divide, they split and they continue to grow. So when you look at the epidermis, and we can look at starting with kind of the gerbativium layer, which is composed of stratum spinosum and basale. And then we move up to stratum granulosum, lucidum, stratum corneum. What happens? Well, that stratum corneum, which is your outermost layer of the skin, constantly is shedding, okay? There is a constant, you can take a Scotch tape or take a tight pullover or put on pants, and you will see that that skin cells remain on the fabric or on your scalp. You just see the cells coming out, okay? So there is a constant activity where the old cells get sloughed off and the new cells rise to the surface. This is just natural occurrence. In fact, every 45 days, we have an entirely new stratum corneum. So it's not just the face, it's our body and all over our skin. And think of the skin always as your largest organ that we have, okay? So that's just a little histology. So this is just like the snake that sheds off the skin constantly. I was swimming with dolphins a week ago, and dolphins actually shed their skin every 36 minutes. Can you imagine? Every 36 minutes, they have brand new skin, and it's so soft. So the skin exfoliation is truly happening on a regular basis and removing the dead skin cells to reveal smoother looking skin depending on the age. If you are 12, not necessarily, would you be using a chemical peel on that particular client? So let's dive in exactly who should peel, who shouldn't peel, what is a peel versus an exfoliant. So this is just to summarize. Our skin naturally sheds every 28 days. We have a whole new skin every 45. With the aging process, that process slows down. And this is where you're going to start seeing more dull, gray looking complexion. The buildup of dead skin cells starts taking place. With an oilier skin, that kind of a glue that's formed from the oil keeps on the dead skin cells longer. That's why we have sometimes an occlusive barrier on the skin that causes not only a comedone, but then we also may find papules and nodules because the oil cannot come freely into the surface of the skin. The dry skin sheds off quicker and constantly, and basically the dead skin cells don't stay on as long on the dry skin as they do on the oilier skin. So for the purpose of exfoliation and chemical peel, it is certainly one of the most frequently dermoaesthetic procedure today in the world. And during this procedure, we use different acidic solutions. We can use salicylic acid. Salicylic acid actually is active in a neutral pH base, even at 7, it is still active. So salicylic acid could be used also better on oilier complexion because it really is a keratolytic substance that has the ability of breaking through that stratum corneum and literally working like a torpedo getting into the sebaceous gland. So it has an ability of diminishing also the oil production. On dry skin, salicylic acid in less than 2% is very active in helping with the desquamation process. Lactic acid, as you know, comes from sour milk. Glycolic acid, other fruit acids, and marine hydroxy acids all work very well on providing that wonderful exfoliation. What do these peels do? Help with removal of the dead skin cells, help with evening out pigmentation, and certainly revitalize through promoting of the glucose aminoglycolic substances, also increases the collagen production, helps with producing more collagen and elastin on a regular basis. Again, as we age and as we expose ourselves to more sun and other environmental hazards. So chemical peels are sometimes perceived as the best thing to do for your client with severe sun damage or environmental damage. So I want to show you some of the side effects of chemical peel, such as a phenol. It's a medical treatment, and estheticians should not use this procedure as you have to have a heart of the patient being monitored and a doctor must be present. It is an effective remedy for severely sun-damaged skin, scars, and also for sometimes precancerous growth. This procedure typically is resulting in pronounced swelling, and patients really have to be at home for at least a week after the procedure. Antiviral medication must be administered for 10 to 14 days. And a client or a patient of the doctor then must avoid sun anywhere from, I would say, 3 to 6 months. What can happen with a phenolchemical peel is that you are going to have some flare-ups. You may have some flare-ups. If you have viral infection in your body, like herpes, they may actually reoccur. So it is a really serious medical procedure, and it should not be taken lightly, okay? Very important for you ladies to know that. And gentlemen, if you have joined us as well. Tricloacid acid, the TCA, it's also a medical procedure. TCA is most commonly used as a skin peel, and it truly over time, whether it is a phenol peel or TCA peel, what both of those peels will do is while your skin will build more collagen because your skin will feel denser, both peels over time will destroy elastin in your skin, and your skin is not going to be elastic. It's not going to be very flexible. So it's going to be hard and dense, but not very flexible. Both of those peels are certainly used widely by the medical community because it does help with the reduction of very, very sun damage and highly pigmented skin. One thing with these type of peels that very often the clients or the patients of the doctor, they don't quite understand that they have to really truly take care of their skin. If they don't, they're only going to actually have a much more severe reaction. This is where if you're not using antioxidants, if you are not using mineral shields on the face, if you're not coming in for hydrating, nourishing facials, this is where the whole reversal of this procedure can happen very rapidly. And in my practice, I have seen it time again, every single time when client did not follow instruction. This is why if we have doctors online today, get an esthetician working for you and have a pre and post-operative procedures for your patients intact, because that will only enhance your medical procedures. Very, very important. The skin that is so chemically peeled also loses the moisture level in the outermost layer of the skin, so it needs to be hydrated. Using the repousage serums, which are so rich in seaweeds, that are very rich in antioxidants like all the vitamins and amino acids, which help to rebuild the skin. This is crucial. Even offering a client post-chemical peel, post 14 days, our wonderful BioLite facial or our Red Out facial or other things that we will talk about today. It's so, so important. I will share with you a cute little clip now. But the downsides of these aggressive peels are always quite severe. So here is the final.
Hello.
Honey, I've had a little something done, and it's not as bad as yesterday, but I've looked better.
Could you at least separate the Two Thoughts chemical peel Carrie's publicist? Why did you do this?
It was an impulse purchase.
No, gum is an impulse purchase. This is more than gum.
I wanted to be super fresh for the party.
Well, you are. You look like beef carpaccio. Failed down, I think.
No! If you knew how many dinner parties I've sat through across from one of these.
And you were able to eat?
It always gets me, no matter how many times I see it. So beef carpaccio or just a very nice aesthetic procedure, which we will talk about now. So in the realm of our practice as estheticians, we can offer to our clients many wonderful things that are not going to make them look like beef carpaccio, but certainly will enhance their beauty. So we can start with the honey and almond scrub, which is basically a very mild exfoliation, excellent for younger clients. So anyone as young as even 12 years old may use this granule exfoliant that's made with almond meal, oatmeal, a real pure honey. I tell you, when we make this product here in the factory, everyone just goes wild. They want to eat it. It's so delicious. But it does give a wonderful, a nice, gentle, yet effective pore cleansing and prevents the buildup of comedones. So someone with even more sensitive skin can really enjoy this product. Hydro Refined Clarifying Mask is a little bit more aggressive than the honey and almond scrub because it has lactic acid, it has kojic acid, has mulberry extracts, licorice root extract, but it also has wonderful seaweed called Laminaria latissima seaweed, which is very calming at the same time. The granules come from rice bran, so they're very tiny kernels, but it feels very nice, very refreshing. The terrific lemongrass oil and cucumber extracts make this a very refreshing procedure. Men especially love this. They love doing this in the shower right before they shave. It gives them even a nice, smoother shave. In the cabin, if you're going to use it, pardon me, you can use the honey and almond scrub or the Hydro Refined Clarifying Mask before a facial. So for example, if you're doing a 4-layer facial and you see the skin is not as fresh, not as vibrant after removing the makeup, you can certainly go and do further exfoliation with any of these two products, okay? Now, mechanical exfoliation that we all know is exfoliating brushes. Certainly, those are probably, if you have any kind of skincare equipment, you still are using those. Make sure that you properly sanitize them. Or microdermabrasion or ultrasonic skin spatula. So the sonic skin spatula is very gentle. You apply the cleanser or the granule scrub, and then you gently exfoliate it with the sonic spatula. It gives you even a deeper cleansing and leaves the skin feeling very flawless, very clean. It really helps even with these deeply embedded blackheads, kind of in the folds of the chin or the creases around the nostrils. Chemical exfoliation. So for estheticians that I love to use and I highly recommend all the time is the beta hydroxy acid, the salicylic acid. The salicylic acid peels exfoliate both the surface of the skin, but also clean off the pores themselves. And this is a perfect option for clients that really have maybe years of buildup. Maybe they haven't gone to an esthetician for decades. I love salicylic acid for that removal of that keratolytic textured skin that really needs good work. Willow bark extracts, this is where the salicylic acid really comes from, but willow bark extract, just the extract from the willow bars is gentler, a little bit less aggressive, and it has a wonderful, wonderful way of helping with, again, gentle removal of the accumulated dead skin cells. Alpha hydroxy acid is a whole range of acids. So you have the group of organic carboxylic compounds, and AHA are typically derived from these food products. So glycolic acid comes from sugar cane. And you know, glycolic acid actually originally was developed by the tannery industry for retexturizing the cowhide. Because, you know, when the cowhide was removed, it had all different spots and blotches. So it was used in the tannery industry. The first, I think one of the first producers was DuPont back, you know, in the decades ago. But it made its way over to the cosmetic industry in the 90s, like mid 90s, where glycolic was starting to be very popular in the cosmetic industry as well. Lactic acid comes from sour milk. And here again, who was the first queen that used lactic acid on her body and she was known for her beauty? Anybody knows? It was Cleopatra. She was known to bathe in goat's milk, but there was no refrigeration. So by the time she was ready to take her bath at night, it was already sour. So lactic acid is a great, great component, comes from sour milk. I use, and for those of you who have used our hydromatic facial, you know that the step 6 is a combination of buttermilk, frozen organic buttermilk that we actually mixed with the calamine calcium powder and the tea gel. So it's a wonderful combination of these 3 parts that create very calming, very soothing, but gives the skin an amazing clarity. You can also use buttermilk, fresh buttermilk, and mix it with honey and almond scrub. Don't eat it because it will smell so good. But in my spa, we used to keep, you know, a nice fresh buttermilk always ready to be mixed in with honey and almond scrub for that extra exfoliation and a wonderful organic experience for the client. Malic acid comes from apples. You know what they say, an apple a day keeps doctor away. Why was this saying? Because the malic acid, the compound of apples, keeps what? Keeps your cholesterol down. So eat those apples in the morning and you won't need your cholesterol pills in the future. Citric acid comes from citrus fruits and it has a wonderful stabilizing pH. Tartaric acid comes from grape wine. So again, increases skin hydration, and enjoy your nice glass of red wine or white wine with dinner, okay? But not 5 glasses, 1 glass, 3 ounces of wine with dinner is healthy. Anything more is not so good for you. Will cause maybe redness and irritation. This is my most fabulous ingredient. Well, I shouldn't say that most fabulous. I love this. Alpha-arbutin. It is an amazing ingredient. It truly performs wonderfully on helping the skin to become brighter. It is a great lightener. And we have alpha-arbutin in many of our products, but we certainly use it in our BioLite Luminous and also in our BioLite facial. And we also use it in our Hydro Dew mask. So this is why if you have loved the results of the Hydro Dew facial and you're like, what is it? You know, what is the miracle ingredient here? So beside the seaweed, we have the alpha-arbutin there that helps with inhibiting the resinase activity and prevents the formation of melanin. It is really a brilliant ingredient. Love it. Another ingredient that we use for exfoliation, it's called papain. This is an enzymatic peel. Papain is derived from the green unripened papaya that contains that proteolytic enzyme. This protease enzyme helps with exfoliation, unclogs pores. It's also very effective in working, again, because it's effective in a pH of 7, which is your neutral pH, is very effective on a skin that is more delicate, more sensitive, and certainly more mature. So we use the papaya enzymatic peel also in our Vita Cura facial that is designated for a more mature skin. So you see, it's choosing the right combination of ingredients and the right combination of active ingredients that you will make the right choice and decision on what works best for your customer. We already talked about glycolic, but sometimes glycolic peel is often used in conjunction with microdermabrasion to produce faster and more dramatic results. But when you're using a glycolic peel with a microdermabrasion, make sure that you do what? That you totally restore the complexion, the skin after. Here, I would recommend immediately a treatment of cytoserum of seaweed. So it's our, iconic sea serum with the seaweed mask, because this will totally help the client to restore the hydration and prevent any kind of blotchiness, followed by our mineral face shield. I would then put this client on a program of continually using either our C serum or our B3 serum with niacinamide to prevent any kind of blotchiness or hyperpigmentation after such treatment. So just kind of a little summary of what we recommend in terms of exfoliation for the various different skin types. So for oily skin, we can definitely recommend the beta-hydroxy acid, granule peel, mechanical peel. So mechanical peel could be microdermabrasion here as well, or the sonic spatula, or the brushing. Dry skin, I recommend more alpha hydroxy acids and enzymatic peels. And for combination skin type, we can choose between alpha and beta hydroxy acid. And sometimes maybe, depending on severity of the situation, you may choose one acid for one area of the face and a different acid for example, cheek area. Acne-prone skin, we definitely can use salicylic acid, but also we could use an alkaline solution like Prep Serum with the desincrustation mask that we have in our Hydramedic range of products that will be wonderful as a peeling for this type of skin, because the alkalinity of the Prep Serum will help down to break down the accumulated dead skin cell layer, and also help you with this saponification of the comedones, then lifting it all with the desincrustation mask, prepping the skin for proper deep extractions. For mature skin, when I say mature skin, is someone that also has very thin skin, especially clients in their 60s, 70s, and 80s. As you know, the skin becomes thinner due to hormonal changes. So they may not take any aggressive peels. You need to be more gentle. And enzymatic micropeel would be very nice for this client. Beta hydroxy in small percentage, or a kind of a hybrid peel like the BioLite Luminous peel with alpha arbutin would be the right choice for this particular skin type. So let's look into the repechage exfoliation options. So we have a BioLite Glyco-C glycolic peel. Here we have 30% of acid and pH is 3.5. It is safe and effective skin resurfacing, and you could use it in a BioLite facial, or you could use it as an add-on to any other facial. You could also do it as a quick kind of pick-me-up for the skin with just doing a Glyco-C peel, following up by just a BioLite sheet mask, and then following up with a skin protection cream like the face shield. So it really depending on your client's time and ability. When you do the Glyco-C peel, you could also remove it with the sonic spatula. So you have many options here, again, depending on the needs of the client, depending on how badly their skin is damaged by the sun that is resulting in all this pigmentation in the skin. So the BioLite Glyco-C peel has laminaria digitata that as a raw material itself has a pH of 3.5, multi-fruit extracts, salicylic, glycolic, and then we load all of this up with wonderful soothing and calming ingredients like chamomile, like wonderful gotu kola, aloe vera, and rosemary leaf extracts. Vita Cura enzymatic micropeel based on papain, the proteolytic enzyme derived from the latex of green papaya. It is wonderful, neutral base of pH 7. It is a part of the Vita Cura full facial, but it also can be used alone as an add-on with other shorter treatments, which we will show you. BioLite Luminous mask, creamy, I call it the hybrid peel, pH between 3.5 and 3.9, total percentage of 20. And what I like about the BioLite Luminous mask is that you can literally do it before any facial. If, you know, 4-layer facial, a client comes in and you see like, oh, the skin is so grimy. What can I do to refresh it, to clean it up? BioLite Luminous mask, okay? You can use it together. You can use it when you do your G-Pore cleansing facial, your clinical facial for oily combination skin, or you can use it just alone. A client doesn't have a lot of time but needs a quick refresher. Why not to do a Luminous mask? Today we will show you how to use the Luminous mask together with the BioLite Express facial. So the Pro Extraction Disincrustation solution, you would put some of it into a bowl, apply it with brushes onto the skin, okay? And then if you can use it under the steamer, you can use it with disincrustation machine, your galvanic machine, which will further help to dissolve the sebum trapped in the sebaceous gland, but also helps with that exfoliation. Rapidex pH 3.5, total percentage of acid is 8%, and it gets rid of the accumulated dead skin cells. It's easy, you know, I have created this product in 1996, we've launched it, and many people since then actually have copied me. There were 2 ladies from Korea that came into the market with this product a few years back, and I went into social media and totally, you know, eliminated them from the planet because of their unscrupulous. They kind of presented themselves as the innovators of a applicator swab for exfoliation, and that really made me mad. Now we have another company, which we have just cited them with my lawyer, Mura, that actually is using the same patented concept and presenting it as their own innovation. So, you know, I always said, sometimes, you know, people say, well, you know, copying is the greatest flattery, but not for me. I have worked very, very hard in developing and creating very safe, effective, and very wonderful products for our clients all over the world. And when I see people do that, it just makes me cuckoo. Go and invent something yourself. Go and create something by yourself. Don't copy me. So I always feel like everyone is just looking in. But the Rapidex is a great program. It's 14 days. It's easy to use. Again, you can use it before any facial, or for a client that needs that 14-day program to do it consistently at home with Rapidex for great results. So I would definitely offer this client to continue the exfoliating program at home for 14 days. Of course, making sure that they follow up a full skincare regimen, protect their skin on a daily basis, because you cannot exfoliate and then let's go to the beach and sunburn ourselves. Not a good idea, okay? So I just wanted to tell you that we have created about 6 different 30-second consumer-friendly videos that you can get from us. You can share it on your social media when you're promoting and marketing any of these products. We have it for Rapidex, we have it for eye cream, we have it for cleanser, we have it for hydrocomplex, we have it. So there are many wonderful marketing tools that we are creating. Just ask your representative and we will share it and give it to you, give you the right to use it on your social media platform. So this is, you know, people today say, well, I don't have time, and, you know, people don't want to stay that long in the spa or salon. So we have these wonderful treatments that we have created. This one is called Peel and Glow Peptide Facial. So basically you would start this facial with cleansing. You would then apply the BioLite Luminous mask. You would leave it on for about 10 minutes. You would make a mommy mask, remove the Luminous mask, apply the triple action peptide mask, and there is a lot of juice still in the envelope, remove it, and actually you're going to use it on the neck area and décolleté for massage. Apply the sheet mask, use an LED set on red, and then if you have a galvanic machine, you can also use iontophoresis over the peptide mask. After the treatment is over, you would leave the mask on for about 15 minutes. After the treatment is over, you remove it. You don't actually remove anything. You just would remove the sheet mask and just clean it off if there is any drippings, and then just apply on a mineral face shield, and the client is ready for a little enhancement with makeup. So the necessary products for the Peel and Peptide Glow would be a gentle cleanser, BioLite Luminous mask, triple action peptide mask, LED radio frequency with EMS skin tightening machine, Algo Mist, and mineral face shield. This is what we will show you today, the BioLite Express Brightening Facial. So it's very easy. Again, we will just cleanse the skin, do the Luminous mask, remove the Luminous mask, apply and massage the BioLite Brightening Skin Serum. We would then put on a brightening sheet mask. On top of it, we would not remove anything. You can use a silver ball massager, or you could also use an LED set on amber or green or red light to really enhance the whole procedure. And then afterwards, you would apply the BioLite Brightening Day Cream. So to do the BioLite Express Brightening Facial, everything you need comes in this BioLite Express Brightening Facial. Has a toner, has a cleanser, has a serum, has a moisturizer, has a mask. So you don't need to buy anything extra except the Luminous. The Vita Cura Gold Facial, again, wonderful for that older client. You would use the Vita Cura Triple Action Cleansing Cream, Eye Rescue Pads, Vita Cura Enzymatic Micro Peel, leave it on. You can use an Ionta massager over the enzymatic micropeel. Remove that, spray the skin with a renewal toner, apply the VitaCura B3 lifting mask with niacinamide. So the client will feel a bit tingling, but it feels wonderful. And then you can use an LED device over the sheet mask. Wait 10 minutes, remove it. Again, do not wash anything off, just massage it all in. Follow up with the mineral face shield, and then enhance the client with a bit of makeup. So the necessary products that you would need is VitaCura enzymatic micropeel, seaweed facial spray, VitaCura lifting mask, Ionta massager, and LED radiofrequency EMS skin tightening machine. So what happens, this is something that I wanted to share with you. So we're so excited, we peel the skin, we peel the skin, we peel the skin, wow, wow, wow. But what we need to do, I always say, when you reveal, you need to protect and you need to be conscientious about it. So remember that when we peel, we're going to expose the skin to the loss of moisture, okay? And we're also going to expose the skin to be more sensitivity prone. So what is important for you to know, whether you're working with an alkaline substance or you're working with an acidic substance, you have to restore the pH level of the skin. So the scale runs from 1 to 14, 7 being neutral. So drinking water, what is that? 7. I'm drinking chemicals, H2O is a chemical, right? So people always, that's another thing. People always say, are your products chemical? Well, everything is chemical. Water is chemical, it's H2O. So the lower numbers are acidic while the higher numbers are alkaline. And healthy skin pH needs to be in more acidic base side, okay? So if you look at the whole scale, where 7 is neutral and anything above 7 leads towards alkaline, healthy skin ranges anywhere from 4.5 to 6.5, okay? And then everything acidic is below 4.5. So again, do you need to use an acid that's like 2? No. Are we removing anything? Like, why don't we just take battery acid and pour on the skin? You don't want to do that. So be mindful. And one of the biggest mistakes that I see, especially in our industry, that estheticians make, is they never ask about the pH of the product, and especially when it comes to peels. I cannot begin to tell you how many times when I used to do these big, massive seminars at trade show, and I would have ladies sitting in the front row and say, well, you're using peels? Yes, wonderful. What percentage? 50. I said, and what is the pH? Oh, I don't know. You see what I mean? So what does it mean, pH? You know, if you're using an acid that's 50, but the pH is 8, it doesn't matter. It's not an acid. So the safety, the safe net for the esthetician to use in their practice is really the lowest we can go is 3.5, okay? 3.5 with a higher percentage of acid at 30. This way you perform a perfect exfoliation, chemical exfoliation without damaging the skin. And then we have to focus on actually restoring. So how do you restore? You restore with antioxidants. What are antioxidants? Beta-carotene, biotin, folic acid, vitamins B1, B2, B3, B5, B6, B12, vitamin C, vitamin K, vitamin E. Where are all those? In seaweed. Boom, we just go for the seaweed, Laminaria digitata, and we get all of these wonderful, wonderful, wonderful antioxidants. but routine is amazing. You know, quercetin comes from fruits, but rutin comes from, you know, onions. I grew up in Poland. We didn't have oranges. When you saw an orange, it was like a miracle. So what did we eat? We ate onions for vitamin C. So you see, rutin is very powerful. Quercetin is very powerful. And this really helps with reducing of that chemical irritation. Protection comes from mineral face shield. So mineral face shield is dermatologist tested. It's suitable for men, women, and children. It is fragrance free, and it gives you that wonderful protection that I love and everyone that has ever used loves, because it just goes on smooth, very smooth. It feels like just a nylon stocking on your face, and it feels great. Protection, protection, but it's not greasy. It's not burning your eyes. You know, I have had so many male of my friends that jog and say we hate using sunscreen because when we jog, it drips into our eyes and then we get blurry and we don't see anything. Well, you're not going to get that from the mineral face shield. So this should be really recommended to all of our clients as well. So enhance with just a touch of makeup, and Repoussage Perfect Skin Foundation is based on seaweed, as is the wonderful Repoussage powder. So you're still layering, you're using face shield, you're putting Perfect Skin Foundation, you're putting a powder. What are you creating? A barrier. And that barrier is very important, especially because what did we do just now? We removed all the accumulated dead skin cells. So you can have this beautiful, very silky smooth skin, but you're not going to have damage that is then going to be caused by the environmental exposure. So before we tell you about the promotions, let's move to Vicky. So while we're doing this, Erin, do we have any questions that we can answer in the meantime? Can you bring Erin back? Erin, do we have any questions while we're doing the switcheroo?
Absolutely, we do. First, I just want to say, Lydia, thank you for that. I always love learning with Lydia, which, by the way, everyone, if you are looking for replays of our previously recorded webinars or our educational videos, you can visit learningwithlydia.com or edu.learningwithlydia.com. Password massage, capital M, 1040.
Wow, that's a real mouthful to remember. So,
I will type it in the chat as well.
Oh, you did type it. Okay, good.
Yes.
Anyway, what Vicky's doing now is just using our T-zone cleanser, which is a very gentle cleanser, and basically remove the makeup and prep the skin for Luminous. So now she will apply the Luminous once you see. And one thing I want you to notice is when she's using a tissue to blot off the moisture from the skin, we don't rub it, we just blot it. We apply it, we blot it. We never crunch up the tissue in the hand and just then put it all over the face. So that's not a go. Here is the Luminous mask Vicky removed from the pouch. So in the pouch, we have one application and you put it in a little bowl, and then you just use a disposable brush and you apply it onto the face in kind of even strokes. And once the entire face is applied, you will put eye pads on or just wet cotton, and you let the mask to kind of soaked into the skin, and absorb and dissolve all the dead skin cells layers. So while Vicky is doing that, let's go for more questions.
Absolutely. Lori Barker says hi. We have Jill from Sulphur Springs, Texas, who is super excited for this webinar. Susan Gaspora, good afternoon. Lydia, we have Sheba from Ghana here.
Hello, how are you? Love your country, been there, love Accra. How are you?
Janet, this webinar will be recorded and you'll automatically receive a replay. Okay. Lydia, Sonia asks, how do you feel about combining physical exfoliation with the glycolic peel? Will it speed up results?
So when she's referring to physical exfoliation, is she referring to?
Granular.
Oh, granule. Yes. So you could use the granule exfoliation first to kind of be like your secondary cleansing to make sure that the makeup is really thoroughly removed from the skin. And then you can go into the chemical exfoliation, into the glycolic or enzymatic or even the Luminous. So yes.
Would you think it's okay to do microdermabrasion before enzyme or glycolic or post?
You would do the microdermabrasion. You would do first. So think of microdermabrasion as almost a more invasive granule peel, right? So you're going to get rid of the embedded makeup, the impurities, all of that, and then you go into glycolic peel. But I wouldn't do these procedures together on a Fitzpatrick scale 1 and 2. You can do it probably on a Fitzpatrick scale 3 or 4, but I would definitely not do it on 1 or 2.
Great. Another question, when we bring the skin to a pH of 3.5, do we only need the BioLite toner to bring the pH back to neutral?
Yes, because actually in reality, you only need water because the water is a pH of 7. So you're going to be removing first the peel with water, which will neutralize the peel at 3.5. You're using water that's 7, and then you're going to spray the BioLite toner that has a pH of 6. So you're returning it back to the correct pH, healthy pH of the skin.
To everyone that's watching, I just want to point out that Vicky is doing the mummy mask now. Lydia, you are like the queen of the mummy mask and the removal, but we also have a protocol, so you can email me, erin@repochage.com, ERIN, and I'm happy to share this mask removal protocol with you. It will make your life so much easier.
So Vicky will use like now silver balls over it. You could use either silver ball or you could use hot stones. And what it will do, so the client, what I don't like is to have the dead period for the client. So they're laying down there with a mask and what's happening? Nothing. So you're giving them an extra wonderful experience by using the silver bowls. It also feels nice and cooling. Mm-hmm. And the silver bowls, because of their weight, it's 312 stainless steel gauge. What happens there? Well, they help the cotton to absorb the mask. So it's so much easier when it comes to the mask removal when you have all these elements going on. It's really fabulous, I must tell you. And the great thing is the client doesn't feel abandoned, you know, that you're with them and you certainly are enhancing the whole process.
All right. Lydia, for a client who buys just one BioLite facial, if we suggest following it with Rapidex, how many days post-spa treatment can Rapidex begin?
They can begin the following day. as a 14-day program.
Bertha asks, oh, Betha, I'm sorry. Betha asks, do you follow a moisturizer after Rapid X? And we, you know, Lydia, I feel like we get that question a lot of time. Truly how to use Rapid X at home.
Right. So that's a really great question. And I know people always, like, very often they'll say, well, but how do I use it? It is actually on the box, but I will go through the process. So first of all, you clean the skin with your particular cleanser. So whatever cleanser you're using, you're going to first remove the makeup with your cleanser, okay? Then you take an ampule, and thank God I have one here, just because you ask, it's here. Okay, you're just going to put me back. Robert will just put me back for a second. So we have the ampule here, the Rapid X ampule here. There are two little arrows there. I hope you can see it. You see those little arrows?
Yes.
So what you want to do is squeeze just at these arrows. You kind of squeeze the tube at these arrows, and you remove the swab, and then you just swab it on, just like we saw in the video, okay? You can swab it on, go this way, go vertically, go horizontally, go upwards, come around. You can twirl it around the nose area, go up and down, do the lip area as well. Whatever is left over, you do it on the neck area. And if you still have some over, you know what I do? I just do the top of my hands, because we all get, at certain age, hyperpigmentation on the hands, okay? So that's what you do. You leave it on, okay? You do the procedure at night, okay? So you leave it on, and you wait about, I would say, good 15 minutes. You're going to experience some tingling sensation within the first maybe 5 minutes. It's normal, it's okay. If you feel that the tingling is longer than 5 minutes, always rinse it off with cool water, okay? But if it's only the first 5 minutes, it's okay. After 15 minutes, you can remove it, or you can just go to sleep with it.
That's what I do.
Yeah, if you remove it, you then want to apply a serum. So the serum would depend on your age group. Someone a little older, I would say, 40 plus, I would recommend our VitaCura Gold B3 serum. And someone younger than that can just use our C serum, okay? You put on a few drops of C serum, and then you work it in, okay? And then if your skin is really, really dry, you can put on a night cream. So you can use our renewal cream, you can use our BioLite cream. If you're, not as dry, you can use our Hydro Complex, which is a lightweight cream just to add some moisture. So then you have a really variety of the various different creams. Our brand new cream is our Hydro Dew Night Cream, which is amazing. It restores the moisture balance by like double digits, more than 58% in 14 days, which is crazy. So you have so many great products that you can incorporate into the routine based on what's happening. So let's go back to Vicky now. Great. So Vicky is now still removing, but can you see how much brighter the skin looks, Erin?
Absolutely.
Much more even. And one thing I would like for our wonderful participants to notice is that Vicky is working over a face screen. So there is this wonderful plastic, particular plastic that we use. We created, our engineers built it, that we use, and the esthetician is safe, the client is safe, so nobody's breathing on anyone. And even though the esthetician is wearing a facial mask, and we will pull out later and show you how Vicky looks with all perfectly prepped for the facial, this adds that extra layer of safety and protection.
I also want to say, Lydia, if you could, now we're looking at the facial shield through a camera lens. So if you can imagine how clear it really is in person, even
Right.
anyone that offers lash services, this is a great shield for you.
Yes. So following the removal of Luminex, we do a massage with a BioLite corrective serum. It is really a brilliant product. It helps with the reduction of just eliminates that darkness and dark complexion. It's wonderful. It really is wonderful.
How even toned her skin looks. Wow.
Yeah, and wait until we're going to be really done with the whole express facial. Clients love this because number one, it's not so long. You know, you are not there for hours. You can do the whole facial within 35 minutes from beginning to end, and the results of this facial are brilliant.
Absolutely. Lydia, can I ask some more questions?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Maisa asks, is there a sunscreen for children 5 years old and up from Repoussage?
Well, I have to tell you, based on my own grandchildren, the only thing we've put on them was our face shield. So the face shield is brilliant because it has zinc oxide, titanium dioxide, as I have shown before. It gives you a very nice protection equivalent to about SPF 30. So you would want to, you know, I never recommend having the children completely naked, exposed to the sun. They should always wear protective clothing as well. But you protect the face won't get burned, and they're not going to feel irritated from it as well. So this is now a beautiful mask. Robert, it changed the exposure. It got very dark. Oh, now it's better. Or maybe because Vicky bent it over. Okay, so you put the BioLite sheet mask, and then you just remove that plastic cover. You leave the cotton sheet behind, and now we can do the LED device. Looks so good. I'm so jealous. Oh my God.
Me too.
I want it.
Make your way upstairs next.
Right. Beautiful. So
We have Bellis Academies here saying hello.
Hi, Bellis Academy. How are you?
South Beach Beauty Academy in Sebring, Florida says we're super excited about this webinar.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And this is a great treatment for South Beach because, you know, when people come to South Beach, they don't really want to be hours at the time in the spa, but they all want to look good. So this is a wonderful, wonderful facial for people on the go. You know, I want to look good, but I don't have time. And, you know, over the years, I have always heard from clients, we want it, but we don't want to have 2 hours that we have to spend in the salon. We came here to have fun. So you can have fun, you can still look good. And the nice thing about these procedures, that the parts of these procedures you can take home with you and continue the wonderful improvements that you get at the spa level.
Absolutely. Hi, Shawanda. Thank you for joining us for the first time. Olivia asked, hi, Lydia, you mentioned over time the TCA peel inhibits elastin. Is this also true for TCA peels sold by skincare companies to estheticians?
Well, depending on the state, I don't know what state you're in, but you should always check. I always say, when in doubt, check with your local state board and make sure that you get SDS sheets. They used to be called MSDS sheets, but they are now called SDS sheets from your manufacturer. So you know that the product you are using is safe and it has been tested.
Clients are loving repoussage here in Accra. Does the mineral face shield leave a white film on Fitzpatrick 5 or 6, as I see it contains titanium dioxide?
Right. So that's a wonderful question. And actually, no, it doesn't, because it's specially micronized titanium dioxide and it's micronized zinc oxide. So you actually will not even see the film. I mean, you will see it in the beginning, but then it kind of goes away and you won't notice it.
We have another great question. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, I just wanted to add that we have beautiful makeup shades that actually we developed in conjunction with Gibordi for Ghana because of the beautiful colors of the skin. It's like magenta black, and we have gorgeous foundation color for that. We have great powders as well. So you can add that secondary layer of protection with the makeup as well for the client. And the good thing with our makeup and our powders, you don't sweat as you very often sweat on the other makeups or creams. That's why people hate putting on a moisturizer or putting on a sunscreen, because they feel like it's just staying on the surface and makes them sweat.
We have another great question from Bellis. Can you please comment on why seaweed from repoussage is not a concern with allergies?
Oh, I love this question.
Me too.
Very intelligent question. Okay, so as you have seen in the early slides, it all starts first with a harvest. So we harvest our seaweed, particularly as you have seen on some of the photos, Laminaria digitata, that's harvested by Micah, one of our harvesters, and Ascophyllum nodosum. It's all harvested sustainably, and it's only harvested during the month of spring and summer. So the harvest and how it is harvested is very important. When I say sustainably, you have to realize that seaweed has no roots. An entire body of seaweed, it's called thallus. So you gotta cut it at a certain level to allow the seaweed to continue to live. And some seaweed species live more than 60 years. And they have offsprings, you see? There is a female seaweed and there is a male seaweed. So they are little naughty plants. But the harvest is first. Second is the processing. So many companies, once they take the seaweed, they oven dry it or they sun dry it. When you oven dry the seaweed, you're basically turning the seaweed into ash, because you're processing that at about 500 degrees centigrade. So the entire seaweed turns into ash, and then you process it through alcoholic extractions. At this point, the only thing that you yield from the seaweed is high level of trace elements, predominantly iodine. This particular process eliminates all of the amino acids and eliminates all of the vitamins. So you might be allergic to this type of seaweed the way it is processed. Repoussage seaweed is air dried under a cover, then it's brought into repassage factory, and we process the entire seaweed in our patented I shouldn't say patented, in our proprietary vat that we have made. It's a secret, the way we do it, but it is water extractions. So the entire seaweed gets put into an amazing vat, goes through the process, and what we get are beautiful liquid extractions from the seaweed, which we then brew literally in the refrigerator, in the huge kind of walk-in refrigeration for 3 to 6 months, and then it gets filtered. So our product, our raw material, suffers from no deficiencies. So it contains all of the trace elements, all of the minerals, all of the vitamins, all of the amino acids, fluorotenants, everything that we need to sustain life at the cellular level. In fact, back in 1872, Renee Quinton has compared our intracellular fluid to that of seawater. And if you realize, seaweed is simply a concentration of seawater. So we can bathe in it, we can eat things, you know, and very often people are confused because when they are allergic to shellfish, which is crustacean animal, right? Seaweed is not. Seaweed is a plant. So this is for all these reasons why you will never, ever be allergic to repassage seaweed.
Perfect.
I know it's a long answer, but I wanted it to be a very thorough answer in total comprehension of the difference between the way we do process our seaweed and the way other companies do. And don't forget, I was the first one in USA. When I launched seaweed in 1980, nobody even knew what seaweed was.
Alyssa asks, would you say this is a treatment for those concerned with texture and deep wrinkles?
The BioLight Express facial is wonderful for clients that are concerned with uneven skin tone, dullness, grayness, accumulation of dead skin cells, and lines and wrinkles on the skin. Yes, it's a wonderful facial, but it's a great facial for anyone that just wants their skin to be refreshed.
We have a lot of questions about the new night cream you mentioned. It's our Hydra Dew Pure collection. And Sonia asks, are you okay to combine the B3 serum with the new Hydra Dew night and day cream?
Yes, so absolutely, positively. In fact, this is how I use it myself. So I use the B3 serum under the day cream and under the night cream. So it's fantastic. So the day cream has, beside the moisturization factors, it also has peptides in it. So it continuously works on diminishing the wrinkles as well. And the night cream has wonderful extracts from blah, 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 japonica. So it really helps with diminishing of fine lines and wrinkles. And it's very calming and very soothing on the skin.
Our partners at Azul Beauty ask, when using the ultrasonic machine to remove the glycoside peel, do we mist the peel with water first?
No. Not if you're using it for glycolic. If you're using it for enzymatic, yes.
Jill Russell, in the facial protocol we are watching, are the cotton pads saturated in product or water?
So, Madame Vicky, do you want to show the jar of the, no, they want to know the iRescue pads. Can you show them the iRescue pads? So the iRescue pads are already saturated with various different teas including caffeine extracts, including actually yerba mate, which is a wonderful tea because it reduces puffiness around the eyes as well.
These are a must in every single one of your facials and a must-have retail. I had a terrible allergic reaction on Friday and literally laid in bed all day and just kept swapping out my eye rescue pads.
They are miracles.
They're a miracle.
And they come in 3 different sizes. And many of the signature facials, they are contained in the box already. There are 15 pads per box. But they also come in pro size, which I think there are 60 pads. And the retail is about 30 pads. And then the travel size.
Pro is actually 120.
Oh, what am I talking about? 120 pads at the Pro, and the retail is how many pads?
The retail is 60.
60. So you see, I'm not telling you the truth. I said 30, so 60. You just made more pads. And then what's in the kit? 15, right? 15
Yes,
pads.
yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So not to miss this step, Vicky is applying the Repossage face shield at the end over the moisturizer. So she would put the moisturizer on first and then put on the face shield. So,
And Lydia, this, while it does not boast on the packaging, this was tested at an SPF, correct?
correct.
Okay. Okay, we have Dilexton School in Brooklyn saying hello, great presentation. Gisette can't wait to get her hands on the LED tool. Janet, I will personally send you the color guide for the LED device. Louise asks, since we cannot use steam due to COVID protocols, what is the best product or method to soften hard comedones?
Excellent question. And we talked about it. So you would use the Repossage Prep Serum, okay? And you would, if you have a galvanic machine, you would use it with the galvanic machine set on disincrustation. If you don't have a galvanic machine, you basically would put the prep serum and use the disincrustation mask. So you would do the whole hydromatic facial for these stubborn blackheads. Or if you just want to use it as a part of like a classic European facial, you put the prep serum with cotton, leave it on for about 5 to 7 minutes, remove that saturated pad, and then use the sonic spatula and loosen up the comedones that way.
Great. Lydia, we have Mita, who owns Skin Expert Clinic in London, saying hello.
Hello.
Mita, this webinar replay will be on the learning site, and the BioLite Express video is already there, which is just the tutorial on the treatment. But this webinar with the education will be there as well.
Right. So Vicky, thank you so much for a wonderful facial. She looks great. Robert, can we move the camera so the people can actually see Vicky now? So there is a better view option of the whole thing. There is Vicky. Bravo, Vicky. Great, great. So you can see the face screen the way it is. Vicky still has her mask and she can work very comfortably under, you know, all her hand movements are still perfect. Okay, well, let's go now and show me. Now that we showed Vicky. There we have. So wonderful. I hope everyone has really, truly enjoyed it. And are there any more questions?
No, I think we've kind of covered everything.
I want to go to spatials now and share with everyone our wonderful spatials. So what we have for you for the special webinar promo for you to try if you haven't, for $9.99 free shipping, you can purchase 1 BioLite sheet mask and 1 Luminous mask. So for $9.99 free shipping, I want to get it into your hands so you can see for yourself how great these two products are, okay? The second promo is a BioLite Luminex mask, basically $42 versus $49.50, and you get a box of 12 Luminex masks, okay? That's your SU74, and that is a call-in offer only. So Erin, they will call you, and what's your number, dear?
201-549-4233. No, I'm sorry, 4223.
She's sending you to the neighbor. Okay. Special webinar price for call-in only is SU74, $42 for 12 masks. Also an amazing price for webinar only, call-in offer $69 instead of $89. You're saving $20 on a box of 5 complete facial express facials. So you have a special webinar price of $69 versus $89, okay? Great promo, SU75. These are all of our teaching tools, book, Success at Your Fingertips. Now it's digital, so you can download it digitally. We also have the Oncology Aesthetics book, and we are actually going to have a brand new book of science, which we will be launching in a couple of weeks, all new material, 2020 edition. This is also our toll-free number, 1-800-248-7546. So you have tons and tons of information, and we hope you enjoyed it. We had fun doing it, and don't miss our next wonderful webinar when we officially will show a beautiful movie about Hydrogen Dew Pure and make a fantastic premiere on December 7th. So put down in your calendar, December 7th at noon, and we hope to all see you there. So we're now going to the survey. Please make the survey, take the survey. It's only 6 questions. I want to always deliver the very best for you. So please, please, please do this survey, and I will appreciate getting your, you know, basically feedback. It's so important to us, okay? And how you're going to rate us, that's very important as well. So thank you so much. Stay healthy, stay blessed, good luck. We always appreciate you here at the Repechage family. And I want to thank all of the Repechage team for helping to put this webinar together. Thank you so much, and goodbye. the client keeps the message